or just, like anything, just see how it goes.
Yeah,
If
yeah,
something
yeah.
doesn't feel right, you know where I
Mhm.
am.
Hello, Gemma.
Hi, Dimitrina, how are you?
Oh, not very well today.
Oh no,
Um,
how come?
I'm taking kind of medicine, and from time to time I have ache at the ankles and
Mhm.
at the knees, and sometimes on the back. It's very hot in Bulgaria these days. It was 17 degrees today.
Really?
Yeah, it's not normal because 1 week ago it was minus. And maybe of this change of the weather also, I don't feel quite good. But I think we can do it easy today.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a little bit heavy, when the body, you don't feel your body. But I hope it will be better to try something.
definitely. And that's the
Yeah,
thing with Pilates is it is gentle, So we're not
yeah,
like pounding our bodies. We're like taking a little breather with it, which is nice.
yeah, yeah.
Good. And we've got, who else have we got? So we've got Min. Is right. Did I do it right? Woo woo. Hi, Min. And we've got Marie. How are you, Marie?
I am fine, thank you very much. How are you?
Good. I feel a little bit under the weather today as well. I don't feel sick. Maybe before you get sick. You know that feeling?
Yeah, yeah. Well, take it easy. Take your
I'm
own advice.
I'm hoping that it's just going to be today and I'll get some sleep and I'll be all right.
Fingers crossed.
Exactly. Maybe doing a little bit of Pilates,
Yeah,
makes you feel better.
puts you
Right.
in the zone, the better zone.
Exactly. And we've got Anita. How are you, Anita? Oh, you're on mute. Hold on. Let me unmute you.
Hi, can you hear me now?
Yes. How are you
Yeah.
doing?
Oh, bit of backache today, but yeah, gonna
Not
carry
so.
on anyway.
Well, and there's nothing worse when you have a bit of backache. This should help. We're not doing we're doing some nice things for the back today. So hopefully that'll make you feel a bit better as well, Anita.
Right.
Good. And we've got Kay. How are you, Kay?
Hi, no, I'm good today, thank you.
Good. Nice. And we've got Siobhan as well. Hi, Siobhan.
Oh yeah, I'm good,
How you
thanks.
doing?
Yeah, very well, thank you.
Good. And Sheila?
Hi, glad to be
Okay.
here.
Good. Good to have you. Good to be back. It wasn't so bad, the first time.
I usually have to look after, I'm usually looking after a granddaughter at the 6 o'clock on Monday. So I've escaped that in order to be here.
Oh, perfect. Well, not for your granddaughter, but for us, it's great.
She'll be okay. She'll be okay.
She'll survive 1 week
She'll
without.
survive.
Oh, nice. Well, good to have you with us, Sheila. I'm glad you could join live. And we've got Liz as well. Hi, Liz. How you doing?
All right, thank you. Yeah, not too bad.
Good. Good. And we've got Neil as well, but you don't have your camera on, Neil. So if you can put it on, awesome. Oh no, Neil, it's Min. Oh, sorry, guys. I was just looking at names and I was thinking,
Right. Yeah. Our
okay.
names are similar, that's why. Neil.
No worries.
Can I
So,
can I tell you something?
oh yeah, of
The
course.
side of my tibia, the side, I can't do this very well because it hurts.
Okay. So I would say stick with a softer hinge and just don't bend the knee so much. Focus on the hips. We've only really got 1 or 2 moves that might impact it. Now, has everybody got a resistance band handy?
I can do. I'll go and get it.
Will you get my down? I can't get it.
Yeah, don't worry, grab your resistance bands. Siobhan, you've got a scar. Oh, she's got a bag full of resistance bands. I love it. Good. Now, when it comes to length, if you've got a mixture between short and long, use the long one because it's a little bit easier to maneuver between arms and legs. So long ones are ideal. Good. And then we'll get started. So we've also got nice. And I will mute everyone at the start so we eliminate any extra noise. So when everyone's back, Has everybody got their bands?
Yes.
Fantastic. So let's get started. Oh, and we've got.
That's half, isn't it?
There we go. We've got Sojal as well. So I'm going to mute everybody. Hi, and we've got Shirley as well. Hi, Shirley. And Sejal. And then we'll get moving. Time is of the essence. Lots to do, lots to learn. So hi, Shirley. Hi, Sejal. You're going to need a resistance band. So grab a resistance band if you can. So the first thing we're going to do is you're going to take your resistance band and you're just going to wrap it around the bottom of your ribs. So you're going to bring it in front of you. And if I turn around, you can see it's wrapped around the bottom of my rib cage. And then from there, you're just going to cross your band over. And we're going to just do some basic breathing and abdominal contraction. So obviously Pilates, you know, we connect breath and core. So I want you to take a nice deep breath in. And as you breathe in, I want you to imagine pushing the band away. So you take a big breath in, push your band away, and then exhale. Imagine that the abdominals gently contract and just gently tighten the belt or your band around your waist. And then inhale, your rib cage pushes the band open. And then as you exhale, you feel your waist narrow and the abdominals gently contract. So I just want you to do a few of these in your own time. So breathing in, really imagine the rib expanding as you breathe in, and then exhale, that little tightening, and that mirrors that little abdominal contraction. So when we take that breath out, it's as if those abdominals narrow the same way if we were to tighten the band. So you're going to give me 2 more here. Breathing in, ribs swinging open, and then exhale, abdominals contract, waist narrows. Last one here. Big inhale through the nose. Exhale through the mouth, waist narrows. Beautiful. So we've got a little bit of breath and body connection. From there, you're going to uncross your band, but you're going to leave it where it is. You're then going to take the elbows and kind of tuck them into the front part of your ribs here. And I've got my band between my thumb and my forefinger so I can have a flat palm. From there, we're going to open the hands, keeping the elbows close to the body and thinking of opening the chest up. And then exhale, bringing the band back in. So this one we call dumb waiter. And the aim mainly is to have that sense of opening the chest and rotating the back of the shoulder blade. So we keep our elbows in really, really tight. We don't want to have any space. And it's like you're trying to push the back of the palm away and release. You're going to give me 3 more here. 3. And as you do it, I want you to imagine lifting that chest and growing tall. 2. Perfect. Last one, you're going to hold those hands out. From there, you're going to turn your palms up towards the ceiling, stretch the band, and lift the breastbone slightly, as if you were kind of lifting up and over the back of those shoulder blades, and then you pull the elbows back in. So we reach and stretch out the band as much as you can. Think of lifting the breastbone and then pulling back in. So we get this sense of being really tall, stretching and opening that chest and then pulling in. You've got 2 more here. And I want you to think, when you think of you've gone as far as you can, see if you can squeeze out an extra millimeter and then control that band back in. Good. Last one here. Stretch the band out. Reach, reach, reach. Lift that breastbone. Feel really tall. And then come in. So this time we're going to add in some little heel raisers. So we come and bring our hands back to center. You're going to open the hands. As you stretch the band out, you're going to rise up onto your tiptoes. As you lower the heels, you're going to come back in. And then we go again, rise up onto those tiptoes, stretch the band out and lower back in. Nice. So we're challenging that balance and opening that chest. 2 more here. Stretch and reach, hold that balance, control and come back in. Last one here, open, stretch and reach. See if you can hold that balance And then slowly lower the heels, pull the elbows in and relax. From there, just holding onto your band. And you want to have it just wider than the shoulders. And this exercise is to try and get our mid-back working, our mid-back engaged. So keeping the arms as straight as you can. Think of pulling the shoulder blades down the back away from the ears, and you're going to pull the band out. Feel your shoulder blades squeeze together and then release. And you're going to give me, I'm going to say, at least 15 of these at your own pace in your own time. And what I want you to imagine is that if you had a little pencil, you could hold a pencil in between those shoulder blades. The spine stays long, we stay lifted through our center, and we get that sense of those shoulder blades wrapping around. Now, the closer that your hands are together, the more resistance you have on the band. So the great thing about the band is you can adjust it to what feels good for you, okay? Really, really nice, guys. Standing tall, good. So, Kay, you can definitely hold yours a bit closer together. That's it, yeah. I want you to, good. Same with you, Min. I think you can hold yours a little bit closer together. Good, nice, Marie, you too. In fact, everybody, I think. Good, because what tends to happen is if we bend the arms and we have a lot of bending with the arms, and you'll see this way, is my arms do most of the work and my shoulder blades don't. So really my arm stays the same, but I squeeze together and relax. So once you finish your last one here, you're going to keep that grip on the band and you're just going to give me some lovely around the world. So you're just going to circle the band across, behind and around, and you're going to give me 5 circles in each direction. And this is really just to continue opening the chest. So if you've been sat at a desk all day, or maybe you haven't had the opportunity to move, this is a really nice way to open up our chest. We know that when we're in that curved posture, we tend to get very tight across the chest. So these stretches are really ideal. Okay, making sure you've done both, so 5 in each direction. Beautiful. We're then going to take our band, hold on to one end, and then you're going to make a little loop, pop that loop onto the mat, and you're going to step into your band, okay? From there, you are going to hold quite far down the band, so that there's tension, and then you're going to stand up tall. So we're going to do our hip hinges the same way that we do. So we've got soft knees, the spine is long, and we hinge forward with a nice straight back. And there's still tension in the band when I've gone the furthest I can go. And then I stand up nice and tall. So you're going to give me 10. If you can manage 12, even better. And the more that you think of pushing your hips back, the more work we get into those glutes, into the back of the legs. We also work through that back too. Good. Really, really nice. And I want you guys to think, as you lower that band or come into your hinge, don't forget about all that lovely shoulder work we did. To think, pull those shoulder blades back as if you were squeezing your band. Keep that beautiful connection in the upper back as you hinge forward. So tendency is to let us get heavy and create that curve. And we want shoulder blades together, long spines. Excellent, ladies. Really, really nice. Good. Good. And a good way to think is keep the eye line just in front of you. So it doesn't have to be down at the floor. It doesn't have to be right above. It just stays in front of you. So we keep that lovely line. So once you've finished your 10 to 12 here, you are going to give me 10 bicep curls and 10 squats. So I'll show you first. So you're going to take a squat. You go as far as you can. Min, for you, I want you to hinge instead. You're then going to stand up nice and tall, and then you're going to pull the band towards your shoulders, and then you release down. So we've got a bicep curl. So we squat, or Min, for you, you're going to hinge, so keep the back flat. Push the floor away, stand, pull the band, and release. And I want everybody to give me 10 of these. So the aim is that now we're combining arm and legs together. Beautiful. And the same principles apply. And especially when we're doing things like bicep curls, or if we're pulling the band, be mindful that we don't lean back. That can be quite uncomfortable in our lumbar. So we want to think stand tall, keep those abdominals lifted, pull and come down. Really, really nice. Good, ladies. Excellent. Really, really nice. Oh, Anita, you've got handles with yours. That's perfect for this one. Good. Really nice. Lovely. So once we've finished our 10th one here, you can step out of that band and give those legs a little shake. Really nice, ladies. So we're going to make our way onto the mat and we're going to do a little bit of work on all fours. Okay, so on all fours, the first thing we're going to do, remember getting down one leg at a time, okay, hands onto the floor. So the first thing I want to do is keep that lovely flexible shoulder, particularly as we're going to go down on our front in a minute, and this will help. So remember we've been doing those little scapular push-ups. I want you to just give me about 5 or 6 of those. So I keep my arms straight, my back long and my abdominal scooped up towards my spine. I sink my chest towards the floor and push the mat away. So all you should do, you notice that my arms don't bend at all. All that work is in the shoulders. And it's the same movement that we did when we pulled out the band. So that's the same sensation that we're looking for. But now it's what we call loaded. So we're putting our body weight on it. So it's good for our wrists and we get a little bit more work in there too. So once you've finished your 5 there, you're going to finish by pressing the mat away and you've got that width across the back. You're then going to float your left arm up and then you're going to take a big circle it all the way to your hips and then along the floor. So think of it coming up by the ear, circling it to the side, all the way back to your hip, down to the mat and up. And you're just going to give me about 5 here. Now we're not turning or rotating the body. We're keeping that spine in that nice long stance. But what we want to do is mobilize the shoulder. Often when we get really stiff in that upper back, we get a lot of shoulder tension that can cause neck tension too. So we want to feel we've got nice loose shoulders. Once you've finished your last one here, exactly the same thing on the other side. Reach it up by the ear, circle it around and come down. And we're still keeping that lovely stability through our supported arm. So you're still pushing the mat away and feel that you're lifted and we're not sinking into those shoulders. Good, ladies. Last one's here. Fantastic. So once you finish this last one, you're going to take your band and place it lengthways along your mat. Okay. You're then going to take your left knee and you're going to put your left knee on the band so that it's not going anywhere. Okay. And then you're going to hold on to the end of the band in your left hand. So now we've got a little bit of resistance in that band. The closer your hand is to your knee, the more tension that you have, the harder it's going to be. So you have the option. I'm holding it right on the end because it's quite challenging. From there, you're going to pull the band up by the ear and release down. Now the challenge is to try, as you lift that arm, to imagine that shoulder gliding down the back away from the ear. So what we don't want to do is pull and have that space between the shoulder, that shoulder creeping right up by the ear. We want to feel the shoulder blade glide down the back as we lift. Good. We want to stay really strong and stable in our core. So as you're pulling that band, we don't want to be moving the torso or wiggling around. So that might mean that maybe you don't pull the band so high, but you still keep that stability through the center, which is what we're trying to train, right? Is that core support, that nice stability through the body. You're going to give me about 2 more here. Fantastic. Last one. Good. So from there, you're going to pop that hand on the mat, and you're going to leave the band where it is. So from there, you're going to take your right leg, you're going to slide your right leg along the floor and pull your right leg back in. So we're keeping the shoulders strong and stable, and we're able to move that leg without anything wiggling around. Now, if you feel comfortable and you want to lift the leg off the mat as well, you can, but think slide it along the floor. When you feel stable, you lift, lower, and return. And you're going to give me about 5 repetitions here, and then we're going to put the 2 together. Good. Really nice, ladies. That feeling of scooping those abdominals in and up, pushing the mat away. So we've got strong shoulders. Good. So once you have finished your last one, we're going to combine the 2. Now, if you don't feel like you can do both at the same time, I want you to choose one or the other. So for this one, I'm holding onto my band and I'm going to keep my foot on the floor. So as I slide my leg along the floor, I lift the band and I come back in. So this is your first option, is you keep your foot on the mat. This gives us more stability, and especially if you feel you're wiggling around. Now, if you feel this is easy peasy, then you can lift the leg as well. But obviously that is more challenging through your core, and you've got to work on that balance because we've got resistance. Good. So choose what option feels right for you. You can keep the foot on the floor or pull. You're going to give me about 2 more here, scooping that belly button up, controlling in. Good, ladies, really nice. Last ones. Good. From there, sit back, give your wrists a little rest because it is a lot of work on them. And we're going to switch our band to the other side. So now the band will go underneath our right knee, but very nicely done, okay? So transfer your band, make sure it's nice and thick. Make sure when you put that right knee on it, that it's nice and secure. It's not going anywhere, because from past experience, it's not nice when the band comes back. So we're starting with our lift and lower. So just the arm work to start. Shoulders away from the ears and stable and strong in that core. And I'm going to come and have a little look, see how we're all getting on. Good. Lovely, Dimitrina. Good, Kay. Really nice. Lovely, Min. Good, Marie. Nice. Nice. Everyone's doing fab. Excellent work. Nice. Shirley, just lift that head up a little bit more for me. So instead of dropping the chin down, think of having a nice long neck when you're there. But good. Really nice. Good. Okay, so finishing off your last arm. We leave those hands on the floor and then we slide the leg. So opposite leg. So now it's going to be your left leg that slides along the mat and pulls back in. Remember, start with keeping the foot on the floor, aiming to keep the torso and the pelvis as still as possible. And then when you feel confident that you're nice and strong, you can lift that leg. So Pilates is all about layers. We want to layer each movement. We want to feel strong and like we have control over our pelvis, our shoulders. Good. Really, really nice. Scooping those belly buttons up and in, especially when it feels like everything gets a little bit wobbly. Having that feeling of scooping in and up really helps. Good. So last one here on the legs, and then we're combining the 2 together. So you're going to take hand in the band and leg, opposite leg. So right hand in the band, left leg on the floor, sliding along, lift and lower. Now remember, if you don't feel comfortable lifting that leg, keep that foot on the floor. Min, you doing okay? Is it a lot of pain for the wrists? Yeah, no problem. If it's not comfortable on the wrists, you can always take the end of your mat, roll it up so it's a little bit thicker, and then you place the heel of your hand underneath there. And what it does is just elevates the wrist and it's not so hard an angle. So see how that feels. If not, you can give it a little rest. Good, ladies. So everybody doing absolutely fab here. You're going to give me one more repetition. Absolutely beautiful. You're then going to take your band out and we're going to come and lie on our fronts. Have your band handy because we're going to use it in a second. So lying on your fronts, and if you've got back pain or discomfort in this position, you can put a cushion underneath your waist. Lying on our front, legs comfortable distance apart, elbows bent, forearms on the mat, eyes down. Pressing the pubic bone into the floor and just gently lifting the breastbone away from the mat, eyes down, and then controlling back. So we do it every week. It's that nice warm up for that upper and lower back. And the aim is that it's really gentle and it's our breastbone that's lifting away from the floor. So don't worry about the head so much. Think about your chest lifting away from the mat. And these ones, I want you to think of elongation. So it doesn't matter about how high you go. What matters is that we've got that feeling of length, like someone's pulling that spine out. And they're the things that really count, right? Especially when we feel that maybe our posture is a little bit more bent over, maybe we've been sat or driving, whatever it may be, this is a really good counter exercise for those movements. So you're going to finish your last one here. And then from there, we're going to come into our dart. But I want you to take your band and I want you to just drape it across your bottom. And roughly it's going to be where your hands are. So for me, I've got very long arms. So mine really goes underneath my bottom. And I'm going to hold on to my band, but I've got my palms facing up towards the ceiling. And they're very, very close to my body. Okay? So we're going to use the band to help us find that opening in that chest that we've been working on when we were standing, when we're on all fours. Now we're doing it here too. So you're going to gently press the pubic bone into the floor. I then roll my shoulder blades together. And as I lift my chest, I pull my hands out. So I pull and stretch the band. And then if you feel comfortable, you can also float your legs off the mat. You hold it for a second. And then you slowly relax into the floor. So it goes pubic bone. Roll the shoulder blades together. The more you pull outwards on the band, the more it helps you to lift that chest. Legs float up if you feel like you've got that stability, and then relax into the mat. And you guys are going to give me about 6 more repetitions here. Now, if it feels too much work with the band, you can always let the band go, right? Or use something lighter. But the reason that it feels great is it gives us that opening in that chest. Good. Really nice, ladies. Helps us create that feeling. So the great thing about the band is it can challenge us. It helps us kind of see our potential in the movement, right? As we open and close. Good. Nice. So we had 6 more reps. So once you've finished your 6th repetition, you can sit back into a child's pose. So I know that you're finished. Good. Excellent, ladies. And just sit back into that child's pose and take 3 nice deep breaths here. Walking and stretching the hands as far forward as you can. Good. Breathing in through the nose. And if you think of pressing that fingertips into the floor and pressing your chest down towards the floor, we get this nice stretch through the shoulders too. Okay, so we are going to finish with a lovely bit of drinking lion to finish. I'm not sure, did we do drinking lion last week? Yay, no, maybe. Okay, don't worry, but maybe watch me first so you can see the pattern of the movement, okay? So we start in all fours And we're going to exhale. I tuck my tailbone under and I just scoop my belly button up towards the ceiling. Now, I'm not in a full cat stretch. I'm in a little tiny scoop, enough that I can feel that my lower back opens. From there, I go and sit back. Just before my bottom touches my heels, I put my forearms on the mat. I sweep my chest along the floor. I press up into my cow, and then I round my back to come back. So we'll do it all together, but the aim, I guess you can see why we call it drinking lion. This is our lion. This is the drinking part, and this is the finish. So let's come into all fours, and let's tuck the tailbone, scoop the belly button up. That's it. Just enough you create that little curve in the back. Sit back towards the heels. Place the forearms on the mat. Imagine sweeping and drinking up. Press the chest to the front of the room and then round the back. So the aim is that as you become more comfortable with that move, so round the spine gently, sit back towards the heels, forearms on the mat, sweep the chest along the floor, pressing up. The more familiar we become with the pattern, is we want to control and mobilize it so it undulates. And these movements are really nice to help relieve your lower back pain, to mobilize the spine. And like anything, you know, we're doing it with control and we're not pushing to end range. So we're not going to the max or to the extreme. We're working within that comfortable rhythm. So you guys are going to give me about 2 more here. And remember, there's kind of no right or wrong. It's just how it feels for you, okay? We're all different. How big or how small a movement's going to be is going to be personal. So really listen to your body. Once you've finished your last one here, you're going to come to a nice high kneeling position. You're going to put your best foot forward. Tuck your back toe under. You can either use something to help you stand up or use your leg. Push off and stand up nice and tall. We're going to finish heels together, toes apart in our little Pilates V. So we've got our 50-pound note between our butt cheeks. We roll the shoulders away from the ears and just soft focus in front of you. Float the heels off the mat, hold your balance. And then slowly press the heels into the mat, but imagine growing taller as you do. Exactly, same thing, heels float up. We hold that balance and then gently sink those heels into the floor. Good, last one, best one ever. Floating up, hold that balance. Take those hands into the air. Now, if you feel really confident here and you feel safe, see if you can close your eyes for half a second. If you can go any longer, awesome. Then very slowly open those eyes. Very nice, guys. Press down hands, shoulders, and heels. Take a giant inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth. You guys are all done. Well done, everyone. How do we feel? Better?
Thank you so much. Great.
Thank you.
My pleasure, ladies. I hope everyone feels a bit looser and backs feel nice and strong. And yes, everybody take care of yourselves. Yeah?
You also, thank you. It was great.
Thank you very much.
My pleasure, ladies. It's a joy. See you all next week.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Yeah. Bye.